Hello, Freaky Frighteners. Brewster here from the Fortress of Brewster 2 with an episode of Gory Goodies. By request, I've been asked about my books. Got quite a few of them, so we're going to get right into it. Back in 2015 or something, 14 or 15, I had kind of went on a nostalgia dive and re-looked up like Goosebumps and whatever happened and how long that ran. And just out of boredom, I saw they were still making them at the time. And so I went up to my local bookstore and I picked up a few. These were Hall of Horrors and Most Wanted. It was Five Masks of Dr. Scream and Dr. Maniac Will See You Now. I read them right away. Took me a while. I mean, there was a lot of big words in there, but I got through it. Fun stuff, good nostalgia read. Not too much to tell those. I didn't really buy any more of them. Maybe I'll one of these days. I find some weird stuff at Dollar Tree every so often, and I'm a horror nut, so that's what I do. Over here, I want to get these out of the way. These were gifts for a birthday present from an ex. So that's all we'll have to really say about that. But they're Five Nights at Freddy's. This was the survival logbook. And it has tips in there. It's kind of like a notebook and little schedules and, I don't know, just kind of like, what is it? Like coloring book type of thing. You know, you have crossword puzzles and stuff. I never filled it out, though. Maybe I should. I have such OCD with this kind of stuff and the whole mint condition collector thing. I don't like writing in the books, even if you're supposed to. So I'll check that out. It's like an event logbook. But I was never very good at Five Nights at Freddy's, even though I owned the first one and Help Wanted. And I got to level 3 of the first one, and Help Wanted I did not get far at all. I'll have to go back and give that a shot, or give it a shout out. Give it a shot one of these days. I have that one on the Switch. The next one is Five Nights at Freddy's, The Freddy Files. And this was the kind of the background lore to the games. Let's see. I think it was like 1 through 5. Let's see, but chapter, 1 through 4 and the sister location, and then it talks about the novel series. So it's a good read. I never finished it because at the time I was trying to beat the game and then read the first game and then beat the second, whatever. So I might just, obviously should probably just cave and read this since I'm never going to beat all those games because I barely have time to play the games that I really am semi-decent at. So I'll check that out. This was from my sister, actually. There's a novel series. This one was called The Silver Eyes. I bought the actual book for it. And before I finished it, she had picked up the trade paperback for me. I can't remember, where'd she find this? Walmart or something, somewhere weird, but I took the trade over the book, and because there's words in it, and pictures. No, I'm a comic book geek, and I love my trade paperbacks. It's, you definitely get more for your buck. And, makes you look more intelligent if you actually have a spine in your book. So that's me. Don't judge me. Over here, this is probably the oldest one I got. The box set for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I got this for Christmas when I was in elementary school, and I still have it. It was funny, too, because it was like first Christmas my parents were separated. And one of them got me this one. The other one got me one. It was just the first book, but it came in a coffin-shaped box that had fake vampire teeth, a tube of fake blood, and a cassette tape by George Irving, I think was his name, where he would read off select stories from the first book. It's starting off with The Big Toe. And I remember it was The Big Toe because it still terrifies the shit out of me. I actually went and re-listened to it before making this video, and scariest story on that tape. The rest were pretty good and creepy, but that was a hard one to follow up, and it still gives me... I'm getting the goosebumps right now as I'm talking about it. But this has all 3 books, nice little cardboard slide case, and we all loved this shit growing up, and I'm just so glad I still have this thing. Over here, Charles Band's Confessions of a Puppet Master. I remember the year this, I think, God, when did this come out? 2021 or 22? But remember when it was coming out, I saw it on Amazon or advertised somewhere, and I sent it to my mom because Christmas was coming. I was like, this is going to be the gift, and she ordered it right away. I missed 2 opportunities to have him signed by it, or to have him sign it, and that was Horror Hound Week in 2024 in Cincinnati. He wasn't there when I got there. I couldn't find him, so I was just kind of like, well, it is what it is. Que sera, sera. And then when I went to Church of Chills back in 2025, April 25, I did meet him, but I didn't have this with me. And, I met him. That's good enough. I got a picture with him. If I could have him sign the book, that would be great, but it was a present. It was a present for my mom. It's a Pup Master book, so I'm very finicky about trying to keep the paper cover as in good as condition as I can. I'm my OCD, and I know he's got a new one out. I got to pick that one up. But this was a great read. A lot of cool stories in there. It was how I found out that on the poster work for "I Spit on Your Grave" is actually Demi Moore's butt, even though she's not in the movie. So, freaky fun fact for people who didn't know that out there. Again, going for my mom, I had found this on Amazon Christmas of 24, or probably leading up to it. And it is a book about the master, David Cronenberg. All kinds of cool pictures. Talks about his movie. The foreword is done by Vito. Is it Vito or Vigo? Viggo Mortensen, who was the Lord of the Rings movies. I'd only seen Viggo Mortensen. I'd only seen the first one, but he did that, and I was actually shocked to see that because I'm like, holy shit, that dude. And then that's when I actually found out that he had played Lucifer in the first Prophecy movie with Christopher Walken. It's David Cronenberg's clinical trials, all kinds of cool stories. It talks about his horror filmography, and it's just a great read. Violet Lucca, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She wrote it, and it's just everything you'd expect from a book on Cronenberg. It's got stuff from Crimes of the Future, Shivers, Rabid, Fast Company, The Brood, Scanners, Videodrome. It's an amazing book, and if you love Cronenberg, you will like that. Last but not least, from my Gecko brother, Mike Loudon, who I think was the very first Scary Saturday Shoutouts, the best of H.P. Lovecraft's. Many, many years ago, I had actually borrowed this off of him. Just because he let me borrow it. I didn't have much time to read books. But he's like, dude, take it and don't give it back to me until you read it. And I knew of H.P. Lovecraft. I knew some of his stories, but I read them all eventually and got back to them. And some great, amazing stories in here. If you love H.P. Lovecraft, it's got Rats in the Walls, which is one of my favorites. Call of Cthulhu, of course. The Dunwich Horror, Color Out of Space. Shadow over Innsmouth. I think it should not be Metallica. My boys. Little skin for the ladies and some of the fellas. So he gave this to me for my birthday of 2022, I think. It was actually my Tom Savini t-shirt, which I'll show in a later video, as well as this. So I appreciate this. I mean, it was just super cool. I mean, he knew how much I liked it. And he's always won when it comes to birthday and Christmas presents. So I almost beat him one year. But that's a topic for a Scary Saturday shout-out. So those are my books. I may have one or two lying around here. We can come up with a topic, or I might get some more in the future. But that's pretty much it. I did the Stephen King ones. I got that. And yeah, so Josh, Megan, everyone else, hope you like it. If you're not following me already, please do or don't. I'm going to keep doing this. But leave comments, like it, dislike it for all I care. It gets in the algorithm and I want people to see it. So thanks for watching. Kick ass, chew bubblegum, and stay cool, freaky frighteners.
Brewster Vision.